श्री गुरु तेग बहादुर साहिब के 350वें शहीदी दिवस को समर्पित पंजाब सरकार की श्रद्धा और सत्कार से भरपूर पहल। पंजाब के 23 जिलों में गुरु साहिब के जीवन और बलिदान को दर्शाते लाइट एंड साउंड शो। श्रीनगर, गुरदासपुर, फरीदकोट और तख्त श्री दमदमा साहिब, तलवंडी साबो से अनंतपुर साहिब तक 4 महान नगर कीर्तन तथा 23, 24 और 25 नवंबर को अनंतपुर साहिब में होने वाले भव्य समागमों में मुख्यमंत्री सरदार भगवंत सिंह जी मान की ओर से सभी को नतमस्तक होने का हार्दिक अनुरोध। आइए अपनी अटूट श्रद्धा और सत्कार के साथ इन समागमों का हिस्सा बने।
In macroeconomic news, coming just days ahead of India's official announcement of Q2 GDP growth numbers this Friday, India's economy is set to maintain strong momentum, with S&P Global Ratings projecting GDP growth of 6.7% in the next financial year. In its latest economic outlook for the Asia-Pacific region, the analytics firm says domestic demand remains the key engine of growth, even as US tariffs on Indian goods affect exports. For the current financial year, S&P expects the economy to expand 6.5%, supported by recent tax cuts and easier monetary policy. The agency notes that India's growth outlook remains balanced, with no major risks of decline at this time. India's real GDP grew, remember, 7.8% in the April to June quarter of FY26, the fastest pace in 5 quarters, reflecting strong consumption and steady investment activity. The government will release GDP numbers for the July to September quarter 2 of this financial year on Friday, November 28th. Now, S&P says a possible trade deal between India and US could further boost investor confidence and support labor-intensive sectors. The report also highlights the positive impact of recent policy measures, from GST reductions to income tax relief for consumers. Meanwhile, the Reserve Bank of India has hinted at the possibility of another policy rate cut. RBI Governor Sanjay Malhotra said there is still room to cut rates even after the 100 basis point reduction earlier this year. He noted that the latest macroeconomic data has not reduced the scope for easing. The central bank has kept rates unchanged since August, but falling inflation may open the door for further cuts. Retail inflation dropped sharply to just 0.25% in the month of October, a record low driven by cheaper food items and tax relief on several consumer goods. But Sanjay Malhotra, the RBI governor, cautioned that it is still unclear whether the committee will act in the upcoming meeting, saying the decision ultimately lies with the rate-setting Monetary Policy Committee. Meanwhile, the Indian rupee slid to a new low of 89 rupees and 49 paisa against the US dollar, and that has raised concerns too. The currency has weakened more than 4% this year, making it one of Asia's worst performers. The RBI governor said the decline is part of the long-term pattern driven mainly by inflation differences. He also added that the RBI does not defend a particular exchange rate and instead focuses on keeping volatility in check so businesses can plan with confidence.